Hey everyone, welcome to Unicorn Dust Designs. We're starting out on the table today, okay? So we got a list here, okay? I was invited to join the 5th Sunday Craft with Friends collab. This is hosted by Kendra at Nightly Creations. And let me tell you, okay? She does not mess around. So what we had to do was we use the same supplies and we see how we create differently. So we all have to work with 2 wood triangles, pine cones. We can use a, let me see, a candlestick of archways and the IODO Christmas tree mold. So I have that made. So we have to use 2 wood triangles, the IOD Christmas tree mold, wooden candle, and then we have to use these somewhere in them. I don't know why. I feel like finding something to DIY with these is going to be my my struggle. So make sure you guys are following Kendra at Late Night Creations. I like how I said a totally different name. Late Night Creations. You guys at Small Brain, don't worry. All right, so let's go ahead and see what I turn these into. Start out with the wood Christmas trees, and I'm going to grab these, like, I think they were cake molds or something. I got them from Whatnot. They're super thin and they're hollow inside, so I thought they fit perfectly on these wood triangles. So I am going to grab some hot glue, and since I know I'm going to add salt wash to these, I didn't care if I put the hot glue like on those edges and that like it came out a little bit, because I knew that the texture would kind of camouflage that. So I adhered both of them. Then I took tarnished pearl mixed with some salt wash, not a lot, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna stipple this on. So I'm gonna start with the back. Anytime that I do like shelf sitters, you always wanna paint the back because you just never know where they're gonna be sat. And then I'm going to flip that on around, and then I'm going to do the front as well, just making sure that I get on the sides of these little cherubs and on top to, do you hear Mickey? She's doing tummy time. Oh, really? So we're going to do both of those the same exact way. We're gonna let them dry, and then I was just going to use my hand or like my finger with the gold wax, but I was trying to stay just on the cherub, but that just didn't work. So I ended up just going ham and putting it all over the Christmas trees. And it just, the reveal video does not do it justice. Like, you cannot see like the glimmer, which it needs. So just keep that in mind. Then taking these little like birch wood pieces I got from Dollar Tree, I'm gonna go ahead and dust those with some gold wax. And I'm going to adhere them to our little Christmas trees with some hot glue. She's on a roll, you guys. She is talking to you guys. She wants to be in the video. And after we are done with that, then this project is complete. So this was the DIY. You see the wood triangles, and you can tell. So you can't tell how shimmery the gold is, but I promise they look even better in person. I love these cherubs, and I'm so glad I found these on Whatnot because they were so inexpensive for multiples of them. Our next DIY is, I was inspired to do this with the wood candlestick, okay? But just stick with me here because you guys know I kind of just do things on a whim, and I have no idea usually what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I just kind of go with the flow. So taking this cone-shaped styrofoam piece, I wrapped some of this like poly fabric that I've been using on everything. I just get it from Walmart. And is there an easier way, you guys, to like measure out a cone shape like this? Let me know. So I covered all the styrofoam with that fabric. Then I'm going to take all of like my random like old pieces that have stains on them and stuff. So like this is a tablecloth I've been using. And then I will use a gold fabric as well and something else. So I'm going to start it off by adhering the tablecloth lace to the bottom. And my vision was to create ruffles, like so that it was fluffy and ruffly, I guess. So as you can see right here, all I'm doing is kind of folding the fabric back on itself. You guys, if you don't like kids, you're not gonna like my channel. I promise you that. It's a weekend. Can you? That there you go. Okay, if you guys need to click off, it's fine. Okay, so we are going to fold back. Oh, we are back. Okay, I'm back. Dad stepped in. So again, you're just kind of folding the fabric back on itself to create a pleat. However, my vision was more like a ruffled look, I guess. So I need to watch some more videos, you guys. So I do that all the way around, and then I just kind of like bend the end fabric in. I don't know why I keep on saying bend. Fold it in, and then I'm going to take this gold fabric. I've had this forever. It's just like a fat quarter I got at Joann's, and cut it into a strip. And then just like we did with the lace, I'm just kind of folding the fabric back on itself, hot gluing it front and the back and in between so it stays down. And then I'm going to repeat that process. This third piece of fabric is actually an old napkin that was very steamed up. It's a 100% cotton napkin. So I used this. Maybe it was the material I used. So I'm going to take that all the way to the top. Then I was like, what am I going to put on top of the Christmas tree to finish it off? And I found this beautiful like brass looking knob. So I just cut a hole in that fabric and put that on the top. Now you guys, again, I said my inspiration was to stick this on top of a wood candle holder, but it looks so much better on a brass candle holder. So I kind of cheated there, but I will show you what it looks like on the wood. But you guys see what I'm saying? Like it's very like flat, and my vision was like a fluffy ruffle. So I probably need to watch more videos to figure out what I'm doing wrong here, or maybe it's just the fabric I'm using, but hopefully you guys were inspired. Okay, so now we're going to use the Christmas tree mold. So what I'm doing is I am reheating this, the highest heat setting, and then I'm going to go ahead and bend this back and forth, and I'm going to shorten my Christmas tree. So I wanted this to be short. I didn't want it as large as it was. And I'm also going to grab this bell mold. I'm going to heat that as well, and I'm going to cut the little bell off of it, and I'm going to cut the little like top hanger part off of it as well. And we're actually going to use this to be our pot. So taking this piece of scrap wood that I had put together, it was down in the basement, I glued what's going to be our pot down, and then I am going to attach the Christmas tree as well. I'm just using hot glue to attach all this. You can also use wood glue. I'm going to rip off some of the top part of this Christmas tree, and then taking this bow mold, it was literally like the remnants of what I had left of the resin that I poured in. That's why it's not all the way completed, but I liked it because it looked more like an authentic bow. I'm going to take some Titebond wood glue, and I'm going to attach this onto a 1x2 just to create like a little base for it so that it stands up, because it was a little heavy with that mold. Taking the same color paint that we used on the first DIY, I am going to stipple that paint on, and I'm going to make sure that I get everywhere, because you can see there is definitely a difference in these colors. You guys, all of these products you can find on my website, even these resin pieces as well, because those came from retired molds. Then I'm going to take that gold wax once again, and for this one, I'm only putting it on the Christmas tree and the bow. So I actually did this one before the Cherub one, and so this is the look I was going for on the Cherub, but I ended up messing it up, so that's why the Cherub ones got painted all over. So this is how the Christmas tree mold turned out. I think it looks so good, and like I said, like in person you could really see like the shine of the gold, which I love. And I'm loving the neutrals. I did for fall as well. And you guys, I totally forgot to use the pine cones. So I just put it together in a little display to show you how I would use them. I have this little copper leaf. Again, got on whatnot. Laid some pine cones on and displayed it with a white bird. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I loved crafting along with the girls, and check out their channels down below in the description box. And I can't wait to see what they did with the same products. You guys have an amazing Sunday, and I will be back here on Tuesday for the IOD Christmas reveal.